Hey, what's up, family? We got a good one for you today. Brisket burnt ends on the recteq. Let's go. All right, step one is we got to trim up this beautiful brisket. We like to start with whole packer briskets. Now, if you'd like, you can separate the point from the flat and cook them separately. Today, we're just going to trim it up, cook them together, and then separate the point for our brisket burnt ends. So let's get to trimming. All right, now that we've got the majority of our fat and our silver skin off of our flat meat, and now that we've got all of the fat and silver skin off of our point meat on the bottom, we're now gonna season this bad boy up. We're gonna use a mixture of that Chef Greg's 4-letter rub, and Ben's heifer dust. Classic beef brisket combination. Salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, paprika. Perfect to enhance and flavorize beef. Now again, this recipe you can separate the point from the flat and cook them separately. That's just too much work. I'm gonna separate them after the fact, after they're ready. And then we'll chunk up some of our beautiful burnt ends. Now, our burnt ends are not gonna come from our flat. Our burnt ends are gonna come from our point meat. All right, we're gonna put this on the Flagship XL sitting right behind me. It's preheated at 275 degrees. We're gonna be using the mesquite pellets today. They're gonna give us the maximum amount of smoke flavor. Let's get it on the grill, baby. All right, our brisket is ready to wrap. I'm gonna get us a long enough sheet here. Easy peasy. Now, this paper is hard and very dry. What we're gonna do to help us out, to make it a little bit easier to work with, I'm gonna spray it down with some moisture. I got some filtered water right here, filtered. That's right, because we're special. If you wanted to, you could put some olive oil, some beef tallow, some duck fat. Doesn't really matter. We're just giving it a little bit of moisture on our paper. That way it's a little bit more malleable. Okay? It's a little bit easier to work with. Oh, wow, look at that guy. He looks so pretty. Got some great color on him. That's what we're really looking for. That deep red mahogany, that dark brown, that golden deliciousness. Okay? So we're gonna fold her over. And just like with aluminum foil, you wanna try to remove any area where oxygen or air can get, okay? And you also want to remember what side's the top and what side's the bottom. That way you can return it to whichever way you want it to lay. I always go fat side down, but hey, you could go fat side up. You could want to do it differently from me. All right, now we've got our brisket nice and tight. Look at that, that's beautiful. Time to go night-night. All right, folks, just to give you a little recap, we smoked this bad boy at 275 degrees on the Flagship XL sitting right behind me. We used those mesquite pellets to give it the maximum amount of smoke, okay? We wrapped it after it reached an internal temperature of about 165 degrees in our recteq butcher paper, and we pulled it off at 200 degrees internal temperature. Okay? We didn't want to take it all the way to that magic number, but we wanted to take it off at 200 degrees. It's been resting for about 45 minutes right now. We're gonna unwrap it. We're gonna separate the point from the flat, okay? The flat you do not use to make burnt ends with. You use that to make your beautiful brisket slices with, okay? We'll put that off to the side, and we'll use that brisket point meat. We'll cube it up, season it up again, sauce it up, throw it back in the Flagship XL for about 30, 45 minutes. Let that sauce infiltrate into those burnt ends, baby. Gotta be careful when you're unwrapping with butcher paper, because some of that grease and some of that deliciousness can get all over your cutting board. You can get, oh my goodness gracious alive, Jiminy Crickets, cheese and crackers. Oh, why, boy, look at that jiggle. Got more jiggle than my first girlfriend. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, quickly set this off to the side so you can save some of that goodness, okay? All right, now to give you a little anatomy, this is our flat meat right here. This is where those slices are gonna come from, okay? This is our point meat where our burnt ends are gonna come from, ladies and gentlemen, okay? All of this deliciousness right here. That's why we exposed all of the meat so we can get seasoning and smoke on it, okay? So now we're gonna cut in between the two muscles and separate them. Okay, easy peasy. Doesn't take a lot. Look at that. The knife did all the work for me. Now again, we're gonna take this flat meat, set it off to the side, but what it's gonna be used for is slices. You see our grain is running in this direction. We'll then take slices, just like so, and then that will be our delicious brisket slices. Okay, look at that smoke ring right there. Looks great. That was a little thick. Cut you a little thinner piece to show you, ladies and gentlemen, that bad boy is ready, okay? I can bend it without it breaking. Rolls over my finger, cooked to perfection on the Flagship XL. Okay, now we'll set this off to the side. In that with that paper, baby, because we're saving that paper. We're saving all the juice, saving all of that goodness. Now we've got our pan for our burnt ends. Now you see I cut this off. We'll turn this into a burnt end as well. We're gonna cut these in inch by inch cubes. Man, if you wanna go bigger, you can. If you wanna go smaller, you can. You know, the bigger they are, the longer it's gonna take. The smaller they are, the less time it's gonna take, okay? Separate some of that fat off of there. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attempt to cut this bad boy to where we're getting nice and even slices out of it. So you can see here, we're nice and even. We're about the same height here as we are here, okay? And cut against the grain, create our cubes. Easy peasy, okay? This is the one I want. That's that piece that I want. Right there, it's got some of that lean meat, it's got some of the fatty meat. Again, we're just cubing these up. Nothing complicated about this. We're not gonna try to eat some of that overly fatty pieces. We'll set those off to the side. All right, now let's season it up a little bit extra. That Greg's Ben's heifer dust. Top it off with our favorite molasses-based barbecue sauce, that Harry's secret sweet sauce. Put the whole thing in there, why not? All right, this is gonna go back in the Flagship XL at 275 degrees for another 45 to 60 minutes. It's been about 45 minutes to an hour. Check out these bad boys. Please forgive me, I'm being super messy right now, but can't help but to be messy with these brisket burnt ends. Oh man, that thumb grinder, I'm gonna add that extra flavor to it. Man, it'll make you want to quit your job. I didn't mean it, I didn't mean it, I didn't mean it. Wow, they're perfect. I mean, what I gotta say is brisket, we cooked it on the Flagship XL with mesquite pellets. Can't go wrong. You guys have got to try this recipe now. Make sure you head on over to recteq.com and check out the recipe. If you're not following recteq, you're really missing out. My name's Jody Flanagan, the Barbecue Dad, and from everybody here at recteq, we'll see you at the recteq.